Today I want to talk to you on 6 methods to factory reset your mind back to strength. Been talking this week, for those of you who follow me on every video, we have been talking about strength. We've been talking about mental strength, developing mental strength. We were using 3 scriptures, Ephesians 6:10. We have used 2 Chronicles 15:7. We have used 1 Corinthians chapter 16 verse 13. And all those scriptures are talking about being firm, being courageous, and being strong. Strength is something God thinks about and God values so much. Right from the time He made man, the issues of being strong has always been a major thing in His life because God Himself is strong. But listen to me, it goes beyond physical strength. It goes beyond muscles and being able to do things with your hands and with your body and all that. That is still strength, but it is more of mental strength, because when you are mentally strong, it basically means you have ability to achieve and do great and mighty things. Anything you see around you, whatever you are using right now, it has to do with somebody's mind somewhere. It has to do with some mind that was put into it for it to become a reality. Now here, I want to talk to you about factory resetting your mind back to strength. Why do I talk about factory reset? And when is it important to do factory reset? It is always important to do factory reset when something has gone on and on and on, and then it is hanging or it is stuck. It no longer can be able to operate because it has hung in a certain place. Your phone, for example, can get into a place where it is not able to function. It is just hanged somewhere. It is stuck. You can't operate it. You can't do nothing. And when you take it for repairs or you take it back to the store, what do? They tell you this thing cannot work unless we do something called factory reset. In other words, get rid of everything that has been there and take it back to zero setting. Take it back to the original position. Now, some of us out there, they need to be done factory reset. You are stuck. You are not able to function. You are not able to move because in your head, things have become so tough and rough until now you don't know what to do. The good news is that we can factory reset you. And I want to talk to you about 6 methods in which you can be able to reset your mind back to strength and back to where it's supposed to be. Number 1, you must get rid of your overwhelming goals. You must start by getting rid of those things you have planned that are so much in your head, overwhelming yourself. You have so many things that you're planning here and there. You have this and you have that and you have that. You began the year and you had all these things you had listed down. That list, you need to just first and foremost take it and destroy it. Don't burden yourself with too much. Take one thing, work with that thing, achieve from that thing, succeed in that thing, and then move to another thing. Because when you do that, you even feel fulfillment within yourself. It gives you some excitement when you have been able to do something and achieve it. But when you are not able to achieve it, the problem is that it frustrates you. So what am I saying? The first thing is you must get rid of your overwhelming goals. Destroy them. Throw them out of the window and start afresh. Say, you know what? Those goals that I had for finances, those goals I had for whatever, they are too much and there's nothing going on. I'm renewing my lists. Actually, let me correct that. Not lists. I'm renewing my goal. Have one. Don't work with even 3 or 4. One. And say, this is what I'm going to look for to do. You know, there's something that happened in my life in the last few years. I realized that, by the way, I am only good when I've decided to do one particular thing. I may have passive ways of making income, but when I focus on one particular thing, I find myself giving my energy and my strength on that thing. The other things, they are going to be there, but they are not as strong. I don't know about you, but that's who I am. And because I discovered that, I don't bother, I don't get worried, I don't allow those other things that are not going on to bother me. I focus on this one thing that I know that I'm achieving something out of. Am I helping you right now? So get rid of your overwhelming goals. Number 2, stop multitasking. Stop too much multitasking. Our brains were not designed to handle multiple tasks simultaneously. Focus on one thing. It's almost like number 1 point. This head of yours was not meant to be thinking things simultaneously. That is why even right now, as you are listening to me, if you stop, if your mind starts thinking of something else, you will stop listening to me. It's the same thing. If you're concentrating on something, for example, you're reading something, and then suddenly you start thinking a certain thought, you stop reading. Your brain has never been designed to handle two things at the same time in the head. You don't have two thoughts going on in your mind. If you don't believe me, start practicing that right now. Try to do two things. Try to think two things at the same time. You will discover your brain does not have that capacity. Nobody in the world has that capacity. So what does that tell you? It tells you that the mind has been designed by God to handle one thing at a time. So don't have this business where you're here and there trying to do everything at the same time. I know they tell me that women are very good in multitasking, but listen to me. Multitasking is not the way of thinking, it's the way of doing their things. A woman will be able to be watching television, but her brain at that time is the TV, but her hands are able to do this. They are cooking, they are feeding the child, maybe at the back, they are doing something else, they are still commanding the other son to go and wash, take a bath, but they are focused in there. Their mind is on that particular thing. They are able to do things, but their brain is on one thing. And that's the same thing that I'm saying. If you're going to be an achiever in life, don't allow your mind to keep on thinking you have this you're doing in finances, you have that you're doing in I don't know what else, you have that you're doing in something else, you have that you're doing in that. You have all these things jumble all over you, and none of them are you achieving anything because your mind and your brain is all over. No, pick something, work on it. Pick another thing, work on it. Now, if you're going to have passive streams of income, are they called passive? Yeah, I think they're called passive. If you're going to have passive streams of income everywhere, you will still work on them. Let them be bringing in money. Work on something else. Let it be bringing money. Just handle what you are able to handle. Don't overwhelm yourself again. I said earlier, you should stop multitasking too much. That is a way of resetting your brain. Don't to have too much going on. Number 3, have no anxiety about anything. Please relax, rest. And always know it is going to be well. Don't come to a place where it's too much, you can't handle it anymore. No. Don't be anxious about anything. Just relax and do things systematically. Do things the way you're supposed to do them. Do what you can be able to do right now. Don't try to do what you can't do. And by the way, while I'm still on that, don't try to do what somebody else is doing, or what your friend is doing, or what your neighbor is doing, or what your uncle is doing, or what your aunt is doing. They have their own abilities, they have their own capacities, they have their own ways. You are you. So don't be anxious. There are people who get so stressed. They say, oh my goodness, look at now, my brother, my cousin has done this, has achieved this and that, the other. Or look at my uncle is doing this and doing the other. Look at my friend, he has been able to do this. Look at my classmate, they have been able to achieve this in life. Look at my colleague, they have been able to do this and this. Oh, poor me, what am I? What have I not been able to do? Listen, they have done what they do. You don't know what they went through to be what they are doing. You have your own things. And by the way, for your information, today I'm challenging you. Sit down and look at your life. Try to do backwards on your life. You will also be surprised you have done a lot of things. It's only that you'll probably not be able to quantify that which you have done. I hope I'm not talking too fast today. You know, it's a Friday. I hope I'm not talking too fast. Listen, you probably don't realize you have done a lot of things, but because of you are comparing yourself with other people, you think you're not doing much. You're actually doing something. The only thing I want you to know is that when you have anxiety, anxiety is poison to you. Paul, writing to the Philippian church in the book of Philippians, I think 4:8 or something like that, it says, have no anxiety about anything, but in everything, by prayer and your supplication and thanksgiving, let your request be known unto God. And then he says, and the peace of God which surpasseth all understanding will keep your minds in what? In Christ Jesus. That's what it's all about. So we are talking about resetting your brains, resetting your mind back to the place of strength. Number 4, you must limit or avoid negative inputs in your life. Limit negativity. Close it from your mind. Close it from your life. Negative people, keep them away. Negative information, keep it away. Negative stuff, keep it away. Anything that is called negative, let it not be near you, because negativity spoils you emotionally, and negativity causes your mind to stay in a very stressed out scenario. That is why even some of the things you keep on watching on media and social media, and by the way, social media is good in one hand, but on the other hand can really corrupt your mind. You know, some of us spend a lot of time on Facebook, first time on TikTok, time on TikTok, time on Instagram, time on all these things. And you're always perusing, always going through them. And what are you doing as you're doing that? You are just absorbing and absorbing and absorbing. Negative news, negative gossip, talking about so and so did this and the other one did that and the other one did that. And some of you have built your life upon social information. Listen, information is not the best information to live by. You use it once in a while, look at what is going on, listen to messages like the one I'm preaching to you or teaching you or talking to you or the others and all that kind of a thing. But listen, if you allow too much negativity in you, your mind is going to be in trouble. You have to avoid negativity at all costs. You have to intentionally avoid it. If you see something on your TV that is negative, switch it off. Or get away from it. Anything that is causing you distress in your mind, don't allow it inside your mind. That's what I'm actually saying. And number 5, sleep well. It's our body's way of recharging and rejuvenating. You know what? At the end of the day, go to your bed and sleep. That bed was meant for you to sleep and sleep. Okay? Sleep well. Get enough hours of sleep. And while you're sleeping also during the day, make sure you're taking enough water. Water and sleeping are very good things in as far as our minds are concerned. I don't want to go into that because that's not my specialty. Neither am I a psychologist or anything like that, maybe in the Lord. But listen, you have to learn to sleep. We are talking about resetting yourself, to factory resetting. We are talking about starting off. Learn to sleep. Go to bed and sleep. Sleep like a baby. The Bible says to me that he giveth his beloved sleep like a baby. Why is that in the Bible? It's because God knows it is important to sleep. When you sleep, it rejuvenates you, it recharges you, it renews you, it gives you something. So you have to sleep enough hours. They tell me the best amount of hours to sleep is 8 hours. Of course, people will come and say, no, you need only to sleep for 3 hours or 4 hours if you want to be an achiever in life. Listen, it's not the number of hours you sleep that determine the wealth you create. It's the brain that is working well that determines the wealth you create. Are you hearing? You can sleep 15 hours, but you have so smart in your head and become a serious billionaire. Of course, I don't expect you to sleep for 15 hours. But all I'm saying is that don't let anybody tell you that, no, you cannot be wealthy if you're sleeping so much. No, you go to bed, sleep until you are fully satisfied that you have slept enough. When I discovered that, I stopped this business of saying I'm going to be awake. I'm going to be there for 3 hours only and 4 hours, because if I sleep that more than that, it basically means I'm going nowhere in life. No. I go to bed, put my clock on. I may sometimes sleep late, but if I sleep late, I will wake up late. That's me. Now, there are some of those gurus who keep on teaching you about issues of waking up at 3 in the morning and waking up at 4 in the morning for whatever reason. Of course, it's good to wake up those hours maybe to pray. But listen to me, you need to sleep. That's what I'm saying in a nutshell. You have allowed me to speak into your life. You have allowed me to give you some counsel and some advice. One of the ways of actually factory reset to your mind is you have to learn to sleep. Sleep every day, sleep enough hours, relax your body, let your body be renewed physically, and also make sure you're taking enough water in your body. And then finally, number 6 is that you need to have what I call regular reboots, because they are very key. A reboot is what? You see, when you take a computer, at times you have to reboot the computer. Reboot basically means the computer maybe is hanging or something is happening, it is rebooted. My Bible calls it in Romans chapter 12, it is called renewing of your mind. So how do you renew your mind? Number 1, by knowledge, loading yourself with new information, continuously learning things. Number 2, taking leisurable moments, taking times out to relax. Number 3, having the right company around you. There are moments where you just need to reboot, get out of an environment where you're used to of working, job, business, go to another different kind of an environment where you're having something different. You're going out to swim, you're going to go to the movies, you're going out to church, to concerts, to events, you're in birthday parties. I mean, things in life, just socialize and be there. Those are moments of rebooting. And they are very, very important. Take time for vacation, take time for holiday, enjoy yourself. But you know what? These things are not possible when you're broke. They are not possible when you don't have money. That is why you have to also understand the concepts of creating wealth, so that when I tell you to reboot, you have money to help you to reboot. You can be able to get yourself a nice flight. You can be able to get yourself a nice place for vacation, a hotel or whatever, Airbnb, whatever you call it. You can be able to travel. You can be able to be with friends, do party, and do whatever it is that you need, so that you make your life much better than it is right now. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. I always enjoy being in this channel talking to you. If you are here for the first time, kindly go ahead and subscribe. Make me part of your life. How is that so? By allowing me to talk to you every day. I love you so much. If you subscribe for the first time, kindly just go to the comments and write, I have subscribed. I would really appreciate. If you can be able to write your name, I would also appreciate even the more. If you can tell me where you're watching from, I would even be more glad. God bless you so much, and thank you again for being in this channel. Now remember, I'm here every day, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's where you'll always find me. Now, it's time to factory reset your mind to become what you are supposed to be. And let's meet in the field of the millionaires. Bye-bye.